This is My Guys in the Desert with Stormy, Buonantony on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is My Guys in the Desert on a Wednesday, live from our VSiN studio at Circa Resort and Casino. Got a jam-packed hour ahead, talking a lot of NFL, college football, a little MLB playoff action sprinkled in. I'm Stormy Buonantony. Stephanie Kamershack at the controls in our producer's chair. And my guys today are star-studded. Legendary broadcaster Brent Musburger is going to be in studio in just a little bit. We've got lots more to talk about with regard to the Raiders after a monster win over the Ravens. Here's how it sounded as Vegas closed out the overtime win.
He's got Renfro is to his left, and Zay Jones.
Here they come.
And here they come. Blitz is picked up. Jones is open. Jackpot, baby! Vegas touchdown. This time, no doubt. Put it in the W column, baby. This one's over. Baby.
Jackpot, baby. I love it. Brent Musburger in the house with us. What a call on Raider Nation Radio 920. Does that just come to you naturally in the moment? You just know?
Well, on that one, Stormy, it was interesting. It was a great play design by Coach John Gruden. He took Waller and Renfro, and he bracketed Jones. And if you're a defensive back, you're going to forget Jones because you've got two prime targets out there. So I know the secondary hesitated for the Ravens a little bit. And Jones, as he broke across and Humphreys was chasing him immediately, I saw him wide open. Mm-hmm. So did Derek. All Derek had to do was throw the ball. And, since it's now the Las Vegas Raiders, jackpot seems appropriate. I don't think I would use it in any other city, but with any other team. But it was, Stormy, it was a great night. I know that you had worked the ESPN sideline because I had seen you at the BYU-Arizona game, which the Cougars were able to win. And you know how electric the stadium was for that, but it was twice that for the Raiders on this Monday night game. We had more people in there. And it's a gigantic party every time the Raiders play at Allegiant. That's what it's going to be.
I joked on the show yesterday that the game was as wild and maybe intoxicated as the crowd was yesterday.
Yeah.
This is Point Spread Sunday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
It is Point Spread Sunday here from the South Point Hotel and Casino. Femi, Abebefe, rolling alongside Mike Pritchard here. Week number 2 in the National Football League, and we want to get Pritchard's perspective here. And if you didn't know it, he's played 8 years in the NFL, won a national title in Colorado, but you don't really boast it too much, so I feel like we're going to have to drag it out of you here to get your perspective on the National Football League since you have been in the arena that these guys are in here in 2021. And then we mentioned it in the last segment there. Starting since 1990, teams that have started the season 0-2 have made the playoffs just 11% of the time, have won the division 5.8% of the time. From your perspective, when you're in that locker room after you lose that first game, looking to bounce back, how much pressure is there to avoid going 0-2?
Well, you try not to lose confidence, but I think you're human, and it's human nature to lose a little bit of confidence. Femi, you're right. You hit on something that's very important right there. You had all offseason to get ready for the year.
Yep.
And if you get off to an 0-2 start, you start to scratch your head. You start to wonder. You start to ask questions. What did we do wrong? I think from a betting perspective, you have to look at can they handle it? Can the coaches, can the front office, can they handle that type of pressure being down 0-2? Are they used to it? Or do they have experience with it? And then you also look at the roster. Is it a young team or is it a mix of veterans? A lot of veterans, if you start off 0-2, you start to think about your contract situation.
So today I heard John Gruden talking about Peyton Barber, and I thought he was talking about Barry Sanders. Peyton Barber's going to get some carries along with Kenyon Drake today instead of your boy Josh Jacobs. But he was going. Maybe you could do an impression of John Gruden talking about Peyton Barber.
I love this guy. He's got juice. He can go in there. He knows how to run and protect. He lifts the team up. Man, I love him. I can't wait after the game if he gets the. I don't understand how they make me play with this guy.
He's not a personnel guy.
Getting you ready for kickoff. This is the pregame show on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Johnny Avello, the DraftKings Sportsbook Director, joining us here on the pregame show as we are 30 minutes away from kickoff to week number 2. Johnny, great to see you once again. Just off the top in general, what are you guys seeing behind the counter in terms of popular bets, whether it be side or total today here in the NFL?
Well, Femi, I can tell you which games are being bet the most. That would be the Rams-Colts game and the 49ers-Eagles. Those are the 2 top games on the spread. On the money line, it's the Cowboys-Chargers, which probably not a surprise. The Cowboys are a popular team, and Houston Browns is the other one. What I've also noticed is that the Raiders have taken quite a bit of money on the money line, and that's with Jacobs out and Mariota out. They don't care. They love their beloved Raiders.
Yeah, the hometown Raiders getting definitely support there. I know Joe Hayden and Devin Bush out in that game, so I think that might also lead to some of the money that we've seen here coming down Vegas over the last hour or so.
This is the Green Zone.
Oh my! He is the baddest man in the NFL!
This is the Green Zone with Dave Ross and Wes Reynolds on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
And welcome to week number 2 of the NFL. Right here, it is the Green Zone presented by BetMGM. Dave Ross alongside Wes Reynolds. All day long, 7 hours. We got you covered through the whole afternoon slate of football. We've got a lot of help, Wes, to navigate us through this day of football here. Of course, Nate Jacobson is going to be joining us talking about the Bengals and the Bears all day. Ben Fawkes will be live from South Point all afternoon talking about the Bills and the Dolphins. Arash Markazi is live from SoFi. He's going to have the Rams and Colts. Dieter Kurtenbach has got the 49ers and Eagles. James Harris, great to have James with us today talking about the Raiders and the Steelers. And Will Hill has got the Saints and the Panthers. Chad Andrus has got the Broncos and the Jags. And Ian McMillan has got the Browns and the Texans. Gentlemen, welcome again. Week number 2 is upon us. Cannot wait to break down all the action. So we'll get out to those guys. We got Qadri Ismail coming up. Take a deep breath. Get ready. Get your coffee. Get your popcorn. 7 hours of NFL football. We're trying to figure out if there's a number out there that says take the under. That number so far has not existed, Mike. Tell the people about the latest score, which did not come from the offense.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be the guy who was like, yeah, I lost on Sunday. I had the under and the Vikings Cardinals. I mean, no one wants to be that guy. No one's on the under.
It's better to have a quick death, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So we joked that maybe the Vikings and Cardinals would be the first game in NFL history to score points at halftime. They can't actually do that, but they did the next best thing, basically. The Vikings defense, Nick Vigil, a linebacker playing in place of Anthony Barr, intercepts Kyler Murray on the second play of the second half and takes it to the house for a touchdown. And if you have the over, you've already cashed. And if you have the over in the second half, you're feeling pretty good.
Let's go right now to Tank Williams watching the Titans and Seahawks. And Tank, Wes and I, for the life of us, could not understand why that touchdown was called back before the end of the first half for the Titans, and then it just seemed to switch the momentum, and it switched very quickly. Did we miss something there? Was that the right call?
I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, when I looked at the replay, it seemed like Julio was in. I feel like the football guys seriously have something against the Tennessee Titans because they put together a really good drive. Julio makes an amazing catch in the back of the end zone. Somehow that gets taken away. They have to settle for a field goal. And obviously, you know, if you give Russ the ball with just a little bit of time left in the half, he's going to go do what Russ does.